Hello leaders, you're listening to In Between, a higher self leadership podcast. I'm Valarie Sanjeevi, a business coach and leadership mentor. In my podcast, I wish to share my awareness on higher self leadership and how we can integrate it in our leadership practice every day and see results. Higher self leadership is in the awareness. Today, let's talk about safety in the leadership perspective. Because I think everybody at once in their life, or even now, felt unsafe at some point. Myself, when I was young, I was never safe. For some reasons, I couldn't feel the safety within. So I was always trying to protect me. The world was very unsafe to me. People were unsafe to me. Life was unsafe to me. So it was not an easy life going on. It wouldn't prevent me to do things and to go out. But this sense of being unsafe was triggering all the time my nervous system. I dealt with it by putting protection. And when my clients ask me, Valarie, you have to teach us how to protect ourselves. At the beginning, I was giving them tips and techniques to do it. Today, I don't do that anymore, because I feel this is not the right answer for leaders. We need the safety, of course, to lead ourselves, to lead others, to lead the mission. This is key. But safety is coming from the state of separation, the feeling of separation. Once we understand what are we separated from, then things can be different. So it's a sense of separation that is giving this sense of being unsafe. So if I put protection, which I can always do, it's going to be external protection. I will need external conditions if the protection is coming from external systems, modalities. During my journey, I learned how to go from protecting myself with external modalities to feel safe within me. It took me a while, but I got there. So I studied what was this sense of separation. I was separated myself from myself. I will let you a few seconds so that land within you. I was separated myself from myself. And which specific part I was separated myself from? From the higher self. The higher self is the one being in charge. And once this higher self is in charge and in place, safety is here. It comes along. So when we embody more this part, and we will come back later on how, when we embody more this part and we let this part drive, safety comes along. So I don't need external conditions. I don't need external techniques to feel safe. It's coming from within. So it's an inner safety. This doesn't mean again that we don't have to take care of our nervous system. This doesn't mean that we don't have sometimes to retrieve from the world and take care of ourselves. We have to do that as well. That's part of an hygiene of ourselves. Even the part saying, like I was just saying before, we need to be connected to our higher self is not completely right. Because if I say that we have to be connected with our higher self to feel safe, it means that we are disconnected, which is not completely right, because the higher self is always here. It's not that I'm disconnected, it's like I feel again separated from this part. The way human beings are is like our brain is trying to protect us. It's reptilian. Everybody knows that. The mind is taking control. Our mind is telling us that we are separated from others, from the world, from the source, from the higher self, that everything is dangerous. So our mind is the one is telling us this sense of separation. But once I feel the sense of unity with my higher self, then things can start to change. And once I feel safe as a leader, I can do the mission. I'm here to provide to the world. I can serve the world. I can walk on the unbeaten path. It's easier to deal with risk management. I can lead the team. I can take care of myself. Usually when we speak about being unsafe, it's related to the fear, of course. So we speak about emotional intelligence, emotional resilience. And it's true. That's something we have to do as well, to learn how to be emotionally intelligent and emotionally resilient. But once we tap into the sense of safety coming from the fact that we are one, we don't need the protection, external protection, we start to see our life with a different perspective. If there is no separation, if there is only one, if there is only unity, why do I have a safety issue in this case? So it's a question of who is in charge. If the mind is in charge, the mind is going to focus on the fear. And if we focus on the fears, we are going to procrastinate and not to lead ourselves. If the mind is in charge, it will say, what people will say if I do that? The mind will put restriction, saying that this is not possible. That's the mind in charge. If the higher self is in charge, it will say, actually, it's not big enough. Think bigger, dream wider. You can do more. But not in the way of the mind is pushing you to do more, to work harder, but to dream bigger. That's the higher self. So again, I was saying before, if I feel that I need to connect with the higher self, it's because I feel that I'm disconnected. Again, this is not right. Everything is here now. So based on this statement, everything is here now, everything is connected. Now, it's only now, will save the issue of safety. So how can we practice all that? So first of all, what you can practice is to feel the unity, to feel the now. Of course, our mind will pop up and it will come and say, but are you sure? I don't feel safe, but this is crap, or it's going to say things. That's the way to train the mind, to always go back to I feel safe. I am in the unity. So the thing is to train the mind, to go back in this sense of unity, this sense of now. And this is actually the real mindset work. The mindset work is to feel unity and to know there is only now. What you can practice is alignment. And alignment is only as well, there is only one and there is only now. Once you keep doing that every day, or as soon as you feel that your mind is telling you that it's not safe or is trying to bring fears or limitations, beliefs, this is an unconditioning mind, by the way. Once you train your mind to come back to the unity, to the now, the shift will be in the body. You will feel it, and it can happen in 1 second. You feel the body being at ease again. And if the body is at ease and the higher self is in charge, then you can climb mountains. Without safety, it will be harder to accomplish the mission and to lead. But bringing back the sense of unity, the sense of now, will shift instantly your body, and you will be able to have this sense of unity and this sense of safety that is required in the world today in order to move as leaders. So practice that again and again and again. And the more you practice, the easier it will be to go back in the state of unity and the state of safety. So enjoy your practice and thank you for listening. Leadership in Action. See you soon in the next episode.